The sky over the Pacific roared like an angry god. Waves slammed against the fuselage of a C-47 transport plane as it struggled through a wall of gray rain. Inside, a small group of American soldiers sat shoulder to shoulder, clutching their rifles and trying to steady their breathing. The year was 1944, and the Battle of Leyte had turned the Pacific into hell itself. Captain James Hawk Henderson tightened his grip on the map spread across his knees. The ink was smudged from the moisture in the air. Opposite him, Sergeant Miguel Torres, the radio operator, held a small metal case marked classified. Inside was their cargo, the Mercury Cipher, a new top-secret codebook designed by the Signal Corps to replace the compromised Navajo communication patterns. They weren't supposed to be here. The plan was to fly from Palau to Leyte and deliver the cipher to General MacArthur's command. But the typhoon that swept in from the east had other plans. The pilot's voice crackled through the intercom. "We've lost the left engine. Brace yourselves." A sudden flash of lightning illuminated the soldiers' faces. Fear, sweat, and silent prayer. The plane lurched violently. Metal screamed as the wing tore away. Then came the fall. The ocean rushed up to meet them with terrifying speed. The last thing Henderson saw was Torres clutching the code case to his chest as the cabin filled with blinding white light. The island. When Captain Henderson awoke, the world was silent except for the crash of distant waves. He was lying on wet sand, half buried in seaweed, his head pounding. The air smelled of salt and smoke. A few feet away, the shattered remains of their plane burned against the tree line. "Torres!" he shouted hoarsely. No answer, only the hiss of dying fire. He staggered to his feet and began searching. He found Private Eli Cohen, blood trickling down his temple, trying to drag a crate from the surf. "Sir, we made it?" "Barely," Henderson replied. "How many?" Cohen shook his head. 5? Maybe 6? They gathered what survivors they could. Torres, Walker, and Corporal Mason, the medic. The others were gone, swallowed by the storm. But the codebook, the Mercury Cipher, had survived. Torres still had it strapped to his chest. Jungle of ghosts. The island was lush but hostile. Thick vines coiled like serpents around massive trees. Tropical birds screamed in the distance. The men built a small camp near a waterfall and began assessing supplies. Food, scarce. Ammo, barely enough. Radio, broken beyond repair. "We're off the grid," Torres muttered. "No signal, no rescue." That night, as they sat around a makeshift fire, Henderson studied the codebook by lantern light. The pages were filled with strange symbols, part mathematical, part linguistic, inspired by real wartime cryptography. Cohen, the team's cryptographer, explained it was nearly unbreakable. It uses shifting frequency modulation based on Navajo syntax. Even if the Japanese intercept, they won't make sense of it. "Then we guard it with our lives," Henderson said. Enemy shadows. On the third day, Torres picked up faint movement beyond the jungle edge, glints of metal, whispers in Japanese. "Sir, we've got company." A recon patrol of Japanese soldiers had also washed ashore from a wrecked supply boat. Both sides were stranded, both desperate. The island had become a microcosm of the war, isolated, ruthless, and personal. That night, gunfire echoed through the jungle. Henderson's squad fought in the rain, mud splashing as tracer rounds cut through the dark. Walker, The Kansas farm boy screamed as a grenade exploded